I'm Teisha Bader with Shalom TV's news update for Thursday, August the 28th, 2014. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu addressed the people of Israel last night as a long-term truce with Hamas seemed to be holding. Netanyahu was speaking at a press conference in Jerusalem where he said that Israel's Operation Protective Edge in Gaza was successful in that it had hit Hamas hard and that the terror group did not get any of its demands for a ceasefire. However, Netanyahu also said that the question of whether there will be long-term quiet in Israel was premature. The Prime Minister asked, "Will we get long-term calm? I think it is too early to tell, but I can say that the blows to Hamas and our ability to keep them from rearming by supervising the borders increase the chances that this will be achieved." He added also that should rocket fire resume, Israel would respond harder than before. Meanwhile, a new survey of Palestinians in Gaza shows that most of them support rocket fire into Israel. The poll from the Palestinian Center for Public Opinion found that 88.9% of Palestinian residents of Gaza supported the rocket fire from Gaza into Israel, and that over three-quarters believe that the deterrence of the Palestinian resistance increased during Israel's Operation Protective Edge. The survey was conducted last week and covered a random sample of 1,000 adult Gazans of various demographics. A Jordanian newspaper reported that Prime Minister Netanyahu met secretly with Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas in Amman before Tuesday's announcement of the ceasefire. Jordanian daily Al Gad reported yesterday, citing diplomatic sources, that a meeting of senior Israeli and Palestinian officials that is believed to have included Netanyahu and Abbas took place several days before the ceasefire. There has been no official confirmation from either the Palestinian or Israeli side of this report. A man's body was discovered in Jerusalem today, and authorities are conducting tests to see if it might be that of missing American yeshiva student Aaron Soffer. The 23-year-old Soffer, who is from Lakewood, New Jersey, went missing while hiking with friends in the Jerusalem forest on Friday. Israel police confirmed that an unidentified body was found today near the Jerusalem neighborhood of Ein Karem, and there is suspicion that it could be Soffer. The body has been sent to the Abu Kabir Forensic Institute for positive identification. Israel police have been searching for Soffer for days and were still not clear as to whether his disappearance was the result of an accident or whether any crime or nationalistic incident had taken place. Soffer's parents had flown to Israel earlier this week to help find their son, and a vigil was set for tonight at Jerusalem's Western Wall to pray for his safe return. Jews and Muslims in Great Britain called for peace in the ongoing conflict in the Middle East. The Board of Deputies of British Jews and the Muslim Council of Britain issued what was called by Britain's Jewish Chronicle an unprecedented joint statement yesterday, calling for peace, wisdom, and hope over conflict. The statement said that while the Jewish and Muslim communities may disagree about the origins, reasons, and solutions to end the conflict, there was much they did agree about. Namely that, quote, "the death of every civilian is a tragedy and every effort should be taken to minimize such losses, and that the targeting of civilians is completely unacceptable and against our religious traditions." The statement also read that while everyone had the right to voice their opinion, whether it be on social media or rallies of protest, there was, quote, "no excuse for racism, violence, or other forms of intimidation when expressing views in the media, on the streets, outside shops, or online." The statement urged Muslim and Jewish communities to redouble efforts to work together and get to know one another. Meanwhile, the UK's campaign against anti-Semitism announced today that a rally to demand zero tolerance against anti-Semitism in Britain is scheduled to be held this Sunday outside the Royal Courts of Justice in London. Britain has seen a rise in anti-Semitic incidents over the last few months. Cleveland State University and Israel's University of Haifa signed a memorandum of understanding yesterday. The agreement formalizes the school's commitment to develop collaborative learning opportunities with one another, with each university designating programs that will connect students and faculty. According to the Cleveland Jewish News, while CSU has similar agreements with many countries, this is the first time the university has entered into an agreement with a school in Israel. And turning now to our Shalom TV programming for tonight, Thursday, August the 28th. At 8 o'clock, Executive Director of the American Jewish Committee, David Harris, talks about the changing global landscape. That's from Temple Beth El in Stamford, Connecticut. At 9 o'clock, Mark Golub is joined by Israel's Ambassador of Song, Ron Eliran, on L'chaim. And then at 10 tonight, Senior Vice President at the Shalem College in Jerusalem, Daniel Gordis, talks about Israel and the future of the Jewish people. That's tonight here on Shalom TV and shalomtv.com. And that's Shalom TV's news update for Thursday, August the 28th, 2014. I'm Teisha Bader.